I am smarter than a fifth grader. Grab a pencil and a piece of paper. Sorry, that's...
Alright, well, fuck the intro then.
I don't actually know the rest of the song.
Come along and we can go and do something. And then we'll go and burn the whole school down. Yeah! What's up, everyone?
Oh, we're actually starting. Okay.
Yeah. Might as well. That was a top-notch intro if I ever saw one.
I can't see anything. What? Anyway.
What?
Today, we will have a shorter podcast than normal due to our lack of ability to schedule. So we're just going to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
I don't play. I blame the economy.
Yes. So how do we want to do this? I have 5 questions prepared. Do you?
I couldn't really find questions, so I just came up with like 5 things that most of us probably learned in that
I almost straight up asked you a question about like, so one of the questions I almost grabbed was like, how many cups are in X amount of fluid ounces or whatever, and I was like, that'd be really messed up because like, you don't use the metric, or you use the metric system, so that'd be super messed up.
Well, I use both to the point where it confuses me now because like I've grown up with both. I just don't know.
Yeah, I skipped on that one, but I do have some that are like. Well, I have one that's like a question about U.S. history, so I hope
that's fine. Do you just want to like alternate?
We can. I'm probably not going to know any answer to any of the questions that you have. I'm
well,
right.
It's not really questions. It's just like. Mine are more just, did you do it, and if so, why? What happened into your childhood?
Gotcha.
So I mean, you can go first. We can start off good.
Okay, so I made like multiple choice since that's how Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader works. Is that okay, or should I not?
That's fine.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let me get my spectacles.
Cool. Okay, I'm good.
Jeez. Okay. Alright, so question 1 is, what white, puffy clouds are known as fair weather clouds?
Cumulonimbus.
A.
No.
Cumulus. B. Cumulonimbus. Or C. Stratus.
I'm pretty sure... Oh, fuck, dude. It's either A or C. God damn it, it's A. Final answer. All my money's on the table, Bill.
For cumulus?
Yes.
That is correct.
Woo! What do I win?
Your turn to read a question. That's what you
Hell
want.
yeah. I don't understand why why we needed to learn clouds.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I mean, from what I know now, white cloud is a good cloud. Black cloud means that it's going to rain. Gray cloud means that there's a potential.
Yeah, it's the silver lining.
Yeah, it really...
And if it's a really tall cloud, you're fucked.
Didn't even know that.
That's what a cumulonimbus is. It's a really tall thundercloud.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So, you know the Pythagorean Theorem, don't you?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this fancy old question here, friend. Have you used it since school?
Yes, I have, actually.
Actually?
So,
what?
So for anyone who doesn't know, the Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and it's how you find the hypotenuse on a triangle. I use it in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god.
So when someone is flying, right, you are X amount of feet away from them, plus they are X amount of feet in the air, and I often use it to find out how far away you actually are. Even though in the D&D rulebook it states that you use the farther of the two, you either use the horizontal or the vertical distance. I prefer to keep it a little more realistic, and I just do the math for that. But if I didn't play D&D, I would have never used it.
Dude, why are you so smart?
I mean, it's more that I really prefer a more realistic game when playing D&D, especially as a dungeon master.
I guess so, yeah. But that's cool. I didn't fucking know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's the only time I've ever used it, though.
All right, Albert Einstein, it's your turn.
Okay. Between 1455 and 1485, the War of the Roses took place in what country? A, France, B, England, or C, Germany?
Since it's roses, I'm gonna have to just say France.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's it.
Incorrect, it's England.
I have failed. Oh
It's
my
okay, though.
god.
It's okay, though. I
Yeah.
also got that one wrong, actually. That's the one question on here that I did get incorrect.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I ever learned that. If I did, I was probably sick that day or just stayed home.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't actually sure if that was a 5th grade question or not. It seemed a little more advanced, but according to this, that's what you can learn in 5th grade.
That seems more like a 6th grade question. Excuse me, sir.
So yeah, that's that one. That's my question 2.
All right, I gotta. Wait, no. Why were they fighting? What was the war about? Roses? Did they pick the wrong bouquets or something?
Look, man, I just brought the question of what country it was in. I didn't ask you. Is your question what was the War of Roses over? Is that your question too? Because then I'll be willing to look it up and give you the answer. But I'm just kidding.
No, it's cool. Hold on. War of.
But I don't actually know. Yeah, that's
Okay. We're gonna learn something today, everybody. I don't know if anyone else knows this. The War of Roses were a series of English civil. Oh, it's a civil war for control of the throne of England, fought between supporters of 2 rival branches of the royal house of Plantagenet. Plantagenet. Plantagente. Something like that.
I don't know. That was
yeah.
You spelled it way too fast for my brain to keep up.
Associated. Yeah. Well. There was a war, civil war, and
Civil War. Okay.
all right. Well, King
My
Henry was involved.
old history teacher watches this. She might be really upset, but who knows?
If my old history teacher watches this, she might be upset. Okay, so you played instruments when you were a kid, right?
Yes, and as an adult, I still do.
Did you ever play the recorder?
I knew how to play hot cross buns, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, though.
I went to a fine arts school when I was a kid because I was so special.
Fine.
Cause I was so fun. Oh, dude, that fine art school I went to was in like an abandoned church, and there was like a story going around that like a girl died because the bell fell on her in the bell tower.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was.
Remember me.
It was mess. Anyway, that school we like had to learn how to play recorders, bells, and like different sizes of bells and different sizes of recorders, and we'd play like at a church mass sometimes in front of our parents. It was weird. That was a weird time in my life.
Sounds spooky.
It was. All right. That's all I have to say about recorders.
Your question didn't involve recorders at all.
I just asked if you
Okay.
played a recorder.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I learned how to play hot cross buns, but I was in the percussion section. So I did learn how to play the bells, which then eventually turned into me playing the marimba.
The marimba?
But-
What's the marimba?
It's like a xylophone, but with wood.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, it's called a marimba.
So is the xylophone just like the metal ones?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was all just
And
a
you typically
xylophone.
play a xylophone usually with plastic mallets, and you play a marimba with like more like
Fabric-y?
they have like a felt on them almost.
Yeah. I remember playing those too. God, dude.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that until they were like, "Hey, you're gonna play with 2 mallets in each hand," and I was like, "How?"
You have to... What? Excuse me?
Yeah, really advanced people. One of my friends that I was in high school with, he was like the I don't know if it was like a lead marimba or whatever, but he was like
lead marimba.
he was like the best marimba player at our high school, and he played There were a couple songs he played with 3 mallets in each hand.
God fucking damn it! Don't need to flex that hard, dude.
We used to hang out a lot, and I would just like pick up a beat randomly on his kit at his house, and then he would just like go ham on the marimba, and we would just like jam out for hours. It was so.
I could see you just being like, do 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 do, and he'd be like,
I would play on the regular like drum kit, and I would just just play like, and we would just jam. It was all right. This one, I believe, is the first grade question, because this one's not too bad.
Okay.
If you are facing north,
yes,
and you turn 90 degrees to your right.
Yes.
What direction are you now facing?
Not
A, south, B, east, or C, west?
Not north. East.
I almost put north as one of the options. I was like, no.
I would have been a smartass and chosen that one, so.
So you said east?
Yeah.
Correct.
You know the what's the word? It's the.
I don't know.
The fucking give me a second. I'm gonna like edit this whole fucking part out probably.
Armadillo.
Close.
Aardvark.
Abbreviation. That's the word. The abbreviation I learned how to tell which way north, east, south, and west was never eat soggy wieners.
Oh, we were told never eat soggy waffles.
Ew, yeah, yours sounds better than wieners.
Also, when you look at the compass rose, if you look west to east, it says we.
Ah, okay.
Because it's pretty easy to remember that north is always on the top.
Yeah. I had this like little learning book when I was a kid. I forgot what it was called. I could probably look it up, but that'd take too much time. And like one of my favorite pages in there was. Okay, so the book. Fuck. You get like the stylus in, you press a piece of the book, and it gives you information. Boom. I have one of those. You turn to a page and you pressed on the compass, and then the book would just be like, north, east, south, or west. Which way is best? And then that's another way how I learned.
Nice.
Yeah.
But which way is best?
That's the real question that we will never know.
Anyway. So, is it my question? Was that...
Okay,
I don't remember.
My question, I think.
I thought, okay.
No, because you just did the northeast, southwest, right?
I think so. You mentioned abbreviations, and then we got off topic right after that.
Sorry. Okay, you've heard of Christopher Columbus, right?
Yes, he sailed the ocean blue in 1942.
Wow, alright. Don't need to flex that hard.
It's a song.
I'd never heard it. I'm sorry. I wasn't taught this.
Man, wouldn't it be really funny if your question was when did he like sail?
Well, I was
discover America.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did he discover, and what year was it that he discovered? So,
I don't know what year he landed, but I know that he was sailing in 1942. But he thought, I guess, he discovered America, but he discovered Cuba.
Wait, did he? I thought he discovered like South America-ish.
Pretty sure it was Cuba.
Really? Okay. Well, that's new to me. I'm on his Wikipedia page. Apparently, he fucking a quest for Asia. I might look into that later because that sounds stupid. Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm trying to find like the actual day.
Columbus didn't discover America. He never set foot in North America during 4 separate trips. Started with the one in 1492. That's what I meant to say. Columbus landed on various Caribbean islands that are now the Bahamas, as well as the island later called Hispaniola. And he also explored the Central and South American coasts. So he did eventually discover South American one.
Yo, he only lived to be 54 years old. That sucks.
It's too old for him.
Oh, yeah, I guess true.
I can't believe that we have a holiday about him.
Damn.
Anyway, question 4. This is an English question.
Ooh, I'm bad at that.
Which word in the following sentence contains a long vowel sound? Dogs like tennis balls.
The fuck is a long vowel sound? A vowel that sounds longer?
Each vowel has like 2 different sounds. They have the short and the long vowel sound. So.
Okay, I'm gonna say balls. No. Yeah. Balls.
So in the sentence, dogs like tennis balls, you believe the long vowel sound is on the word balls.
Dogs like tennis ball. They all sound the same. What is it? I feel stupid now.
The answer is like.
Like?
Like.
Why?
Because I believe the short vowel sound for an I is I.
Are you fucking kidding me, English? You piece of shit.
And it's not like. It's like.
I'll kick your ass. You've made fun of me too many times.
So yes, the answer is like.
Oh God.
I mean, that's what I was told.
All right. Well, I'll go off of your theory.
Okay.
You still know? Do you still know how to do long division?
I know how to divide, but I wouldn't say I'm good at long division.
Were you
I couldn't map it all out like that anymore.
like yeah?
I was never good at that part.
Do you use long division in real life anymore?
Never.
Do you use any math that involves paper and pencil in real life anymore? That you could easily do on like a phone.
Technically.
Ooh.
So at the start of every month when I pay all my bills, I look at my how much money I have in my account, and then I'm like, all right, pay bills, and then I slowly subtract it all in my head until I get. But that's really the only math I really use. That and the Pythagorean Theorem and basic adding and subtracting for D&D.
Right. Okay.
But other than that, I don't use a whole lot of math. I definitely think math is the slept on of the 3. Well, maybe science. I would say I definitely use more math in my daily life than science. Even though science is part of everyday life, I don't use it and I don't interact with it. It's all just the science that happens on its own throughout.
The mitochondria is the
trees,
of the cell.
The trees and the plants around still have their photosynthesis, but I don't directly. Well, I guess I technically do directly interact with that by breathing, but whatever. I'm not studying any of it.
It's the powerhouse of the cell.
Correct.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. God, did you remember those those? Did you have those math minute sheets where you get a certain amount of questions?
Yeah.
You have to do it in a minute.
Yeah, they give you a minute to see how many you can fill out.
Yeah, long division was the worst for me.
Yeah, the only ones of those that I was really good at were your basic adding and subtracting and then multiplying. But then once I got to division, I was yeah, I'm fucked.
Fuck this shit. Where can I drop out?
It's 3rd grade, but can I please never do this again?
It only gets harder from here.
It really does. All right, my last question for you.
Yes, shoot.
Now, a historical national park. What site was headquarters for George Washington's army in the winter of 1777 to 1770? A. Mount Vernon, B. Bunker Hill, or C. Valley Forge?
I'm gonna have to go with a hard bee's knees.
You believe the answer is B. Bunker Hill?
Yep.
C. Valley Forge.
God damn it! I'm not American. That's my only excuse.
It's pretty good. I realized after I got that question, I was like, oh yeah. Well, he at least went to high school here.
Yeah.
So.
But you think I retained any of that?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, dude. I like right when you said the president, George Washington, and then a famous army area, I immediately thought of that one
bunker.
No.
Oh.
The one place that Abraham Lincoln did his 7 years ago.
The Gettysburg Address.
Yeah. In Gettysburg. The bloodiest something of somewhere.
You know, as someone who lives in North Carolina, it took me a long time to realize that Lexington and Concord happened here. Like, I didn't grow up here, obviously. I grew up in Ohio, so, like, it wasn't really relevant to me. But then I went to Concord, like, 4 times, and then I was like, wait a minute. Lexington's, like, right around the corner. Is this the Lexington and Concord that they were talking about in school? Is this where the shot heard around the world happened? And then my sister was like, you're an idiot. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
You should have been like, can I have your autograph? Is this real life? Is this really you? This is amazing. Do you still write cursive at all? Like, do you know how to?
I know how to write cursive. The only time I really write in cursive is when I like sign for my debit card and credit cards and stuff like that. I do remember when I took the. Well, I don't remember if it's the SAT or the ACT, which is the standardized tests that colleges determine how actually smart you are off of in the United States.
Yeah, they don't do those here, eh?
I don't know. I've never lived in Canada.
No, like, that's why I was so pissed off when I had to do it in the States. I'm like, I don't have to do this in where I'm from. Yeah, what is this bullshit?
But I remember on one of them, the final page on the back, there was like a little cursive section where you just had to, basically there was like a text box and you had to copy that text box below but in cursive.
Well, that's stupid.
And that's the last time I used cursive.
Huh.
Well, again, sometimes I use it in D&D when I'm making props, but other than that.
That's all for aesthetic, though.
Yeah, I don't have to do that.
I think the last time I did cursive was middle school, and I lived in Vegas. And we had to, like, fill out a sentence, or write a sentence, then we had to write a sentence in cursive, then we had to write a sentence in some other fucking form. And, like, I didn't know what cursive meant. So, like, all I knew was handwriting. Like, that's how I learned how cursive was. So I didn't know what the term cursive was. And I just, like, I stared at the page for a good hour. And I was like, what do I do? What is this? Yeah, I was not a smart kid.
I've just been like, teach.
No.
What's cursive?
Because it was homework. And
oh.
Yeah.
What year was this? Did Google exist?
I didn't have a computer. We did, but my mom was probably using it. She, like, spent every hour on it. And, like, I asked my dad, and he was like, oh, it's just English. It just looks different. I was like, that doesn't help.
It's just a really dumb way to write so that you don't have to pick up your pen. Because the more often you picked up a quill, the more that ink would just fall onto random spots. So.
Wait, is that why cursive exists? Is it because of fucking...
Like quills and ink pens, or not ink pens, but like fountain pens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because when you press them down, right, you're writing on... With a quill, you're writing down, and if you pick it up, there's a chance that the ink will just drip off onto a random spot on the paper, and it could potentially either cover up something you were writing or just, make the paper look really ugly and unprofessional. So...
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that's why. That makes the most sense to me. Every time I've written with a quill. Wrote with a quill? I don't fucking know.
I think it's written.
Every time I've done it, I've always just done cursive because the ink just drips off.
Dude, my mind is...
Fountain pens don't really have that issue, but...
My mind's been blown, man. My mind
So, how's it going? Apparently I am smarter than a 5th grader.
We have a winner. It's Jacob. Wow. Come on out
JK.
here, contestant. Not contestant.
Wait, does this mean I win $1 million?
You win Drum roll, please.
I mean, I can go get the drum pad if you want, but drop some paradiddles.
I wasn't really.
Do you know what a paradiddle is?
No, what the fuck's a paradiddle? It sounds like a bird.
A paradiddle is when you are using drumsticks either on a drum pad, snare kit, really any of that, and you use the pattern of like right, left, right, or left, left, I guess, or like 1, 2, 1, 1 is a better way to explain it, I guess. So like, imagine you have a drumstick in each hand, and you're about to hit.
Yeah, I'm literally doing it right now.
You're about to hit. You're about to hit the drum pad, and it's gonna sound like. Hang on, let me move this cam. It's gonna sound like this. And if you were to do them back and forth, it would go.
Oh, dude, that's the thing from fucking. Okay.
Yeah, I used it in one of my songs. But...
hold on.
That was really hard to do because I'm holding down my push to talk button, so I literally had to do that with my index and middle finger on my left hand, and I'm right-handed.
Dude, that is impressive as fuck. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna.
Nice.
No, not that. Okay.
I'm so confused.
I'm skipping through so much right now. Maybe I'm wrong. It just kind of sounded like this.
I heard it from like a second.
It's the... You know, in Avatar, you watched Avatar, right? Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I watched The Last Airbender, but I didn't watch Korra.
That's fine. You know when Zuko and... spoilers to anyone who hasn't fucking seen Avatar.
If you haven't seen Avatar, stop this video right now.
And go watch the
entire series. Watch all 3 seasons of the Avatar: The Last Airbender. You won't be sad. You'll be very happy with yourself. You'll come back to this video. You'll go in the comments and you'll say, you know what, Jacob? Thank you. That's what's gonna happen. So go fucking watch it.
Anyway, it's when okay, if everyone's gone now. It's when
No. The people who have seen it are still here.
Yeah, no, like everyone who hasn't seen it, they're gone now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when Zuko and Aang are going to meet the dragons, and they're playing that beat, kind of thing. That's what it sounded like to me when you were doing the paradiddle.
Not to like self promo too much or plug my own shit.
Oh, yo, no, fucking do it.
My song "Busy Street" uses a paradiddle as it goes bass snare bass bass snare bass snare snare.
I meant to link your SoundCloud in the last podcast. I'll make sure to do it in this one too.
Sit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, fun fact for anybody who doesn't know yet, I wrote the intro outro song too. For the Purd Curse.
The Purd Curse. Jacob is a genius.
Well, on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening, day, night, whatever fucking time it is.
Yeah.
When you view this, listen to it, all that jazz.
So sorry.
Remember
that it was so.
Remember to look out in the corner occasionally to see if the DVD thing hits that sweet spot.
Yeah.
And let us know if it does. Congrats.
Congrats to Smith, S. Smith, for figuring out the exact time that it hit the corner.
Yes. Congrats to S. Smith, and also congrats to Corgi on getting in to acting school.
Oh shit! I did that. Oh my god!
Congratulations! I'm so proud of you.
I'm gonna be in debt.
Yo, I'm already. Let's be debt buddies. High five. Oh, I smacked my mic.
Oh, okay. There.
Oh, there it goes.
All right, everybody. So sorry.
Ooh, I had to catch my mic. I knocked it off the stand.
So sorry this podcast was so short. We couldn't schedule and we're super busy.
I mean, it's less of that we couldn't schedule and more so that like our time schedules just don't line up very well. So we didn't have a good opportunity this week.
That's why we couldn't schedule well.
Oh,
Yeah, you dummy.
But
yeah,
next
dingus.
week will be a little longer. And
That's what
don't forget to post any questions that you might have in the comments down below so that we can answer them for you. Because we always need more things to talk about.
Absolutely. And if you have a specific guest you would like to see, we will try our best to reach out to them and not get rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that,
Outro music! Later.